Welcome to the Twisted Tree Line. Minions have spawned.
Alright, sorry guys. We're all good now. Sorting some things out for the bracket. But we'll go ahead and get started. We're already in game, as you can tell. So let's take a look here. In the bottom lane we see Lulu against Lissandra. Those are pretty common picks for 3v3. Lissandra you don't see as much, but Lulu's still a really strong pick. Lissandra, a really strong pick. Xin Zhao and Elise are also really strong. I mean, this is pretty much standard 3v3 almost. Renekton against Jax in the top lane. Renekton usually has an advantage there. We'll see if he can translate to anything in that early. We see Elise coming over here early. She might be looking to do a little bit of counter jungling. And Lissandra's coming. Oh, she didn't actually activate her either. So they're just going to put a little bit of damage out, kind of force Xin Zhao out. Elise is going to face check that bush and get completely, just a few auto attacks here and there. Renekton's still doing some work in the top. Man, he's been pretty much on an island right now because they've been forcing Xin Zhao in the bottom there, so he hasn't been able to come up and help. This is going to be just a kind of a tough matchup for a while until they can get some jungle pressure out up there. Elise doing a really good job being super aggressive in the jungle, still just forcing Xin, taking away his XP, taking away his map presence kind of thing. And in the bottom here we see just kind of Lulu throwing a little bit of poke down. They're kind of just focusing Xin, making sure he can't really do anything early. We see Renekton come down here, and Elise. This could be the first gank. They do get the W right there, and the cocoon. First blood goes to Elise. Really well coordinated there. And they got the early altar too. Elise got the health relic. She'll be able to get this other altar and maybe get another clearing before she goes back. And Renekton resets kind of top. Jax got a little bit extra CS there, but definitely worth that first blood there. Alright. So at the start here we see purple team, red team, whichever one you want to call it. They got a little bit of an early lead with that first blood there. Up 1-0. We see a little bit of actions going on the top. And yeah, this is just going to be a difficult matchup for Jax pretty much. Maybe not the whole game, until about level 6. That 6 to maybe 10 range. We can get a few points in his skills. You'll definitely see a pretty big power spike at 6, but still, it might be a little bit too late at that point. We see Xin doing some damage at the bottom, kind of diving that Lissandra. Elise coming in to make sure nothing happens there. Renekton coming in. He should be able to get a stun on. They're going to go ahead and just leave it. And Jack's still just sitting up top, just kind of farming. So, with 3v3, it's a little bit different than what your standard Summoner's Rift kind of is. It's kind of the same objectives. You push minions, you push towers, you kill towers, you want to kill the Nexus kind of thing. But every individual's... oh, looks like they're going to do some damage right here. They get the kill on Xin, and they should be able to pick up the Jax. He goes ahead and leap strikes to the Lulu. Gets a good counter strike out, avoids that, and they might be trying to dive right here. Flash used right there. Renekton's going to be able to walk out of that no problem. Elise is going to be able to keep counter jungling. Really good pressure by Elise at the start here. Kind of denying Xin Zhao a lot of farm. And kind of just taking him out of the game. He's not been able to get any pressure out on the map or anything like that. But anyway, like I was saying, 3v3 is definitely a lot more snowbally than 5s. Every individual's kind of contribution is even like more magnified in this than in a normal 5v5. So if you lose your lane, it has a little bit more of an impact on the game than if you were to be in a 5v5 and lose your lane. You have kind of 4 teammates to help you out there, and this one you only have 2. Also a kind of a neat dynamic with 3v3 is this jungle is kind of shared between both. So if one team gets a pretty good early advantage, it's pretty easy for them to come in here and steal a lot of jungle and even further that advantage, which is kind of what you've been seeing with the Elise coming in. Renekton's been good about watching and coming in, and just really good team coordination. Make sure kind of focusing on Xin, making sure he can't really do much here. So Lulu's down, 1 kill. Jax, or not Jax, but Xin Zhao's down 1 kill. Elise is up 2-0 right now. Already got her Spirit of the Ancient Golem, so she's going to be able to clear for days, even though she was already able to anyway, because she's fucking Elise. And we can kind of already start to see a little bit of a CS advantage in the bottom lane. Lysandra putting out some damage. She's going to go ahead and get the W out on Lulu, get her, uses the ult, freezes her, and then they chain the cocoon with it too. Lulu's surely going to go down. Great chain of all their CC right there. Good job by Elise not using the cocoon too early. And but that is the Lysandra ult down, so she does need to be a little bit careful here. She doesn't have any health potion. Activates his Q. She should be able to E away. Ooh, the knockup gets her right before she actually goes. So good counter right there by Xin. Lysandra kind of overstepping her bounds right there. And in the top we see Elise going in for another gank. They do get that Jax. And Renekton already has this T-mat, tie-mat kind of thing. He's getting quite an early advantage right here. Even with just 3 assists and almost even farm with Jax, he should be... I mean, he's pretty far ahead right now. You also have to think with the global gold too, with all the altars and things like that. Xin should not try and fight this. They're going to be able to get a lot of stuns. Lulu uses his ult on Xin. Xin uses his ult, knocks them both away, but he's surely going to go down. Renekton pretty low, and he's going to be able to walk out of there. Very close right there. They kind of needed that kill to maybe even things up a bit, but already a 3k gold deficit at about 8.5 minutes. That's pretty big. We'll see if they can turn it around. Lulu Jax is a pretty scary combo the later the game goes on. Xin Zhao, I'm not sure what that's gonna be like later in the game, but Xin Zhao's doing a pretty good job. Oh, Lysandra going in, gets the W, gets another little bit of harass on Lulu. She's just going to be in a huge lane bully and misses the Q right there. Zin's going to be able to go in there. Elise flashes over trying to save Lysandra, which they do. They're going to be able to force Xin back, and just like that, before he even gets to step in the jungle, he's probably going to have to go back. He might go ahead and clear those wraiths. But yeah, good map awareness. Elise has just been all over the map. Purple team has 5 kills, and she's been a part of every single one of them. So really good map pressure by Elise so far. And how do I do the gold? X. Okay, so this is the gold difference so far. We see Renekton already a 1k gold lead over Jax. So even with just the 1 kill, some 3 assists, about even in farm, he's already 1,000 up. Elise is just light years ahead of Xin Zhao, and Lysandra's doing pretty well too. So everyone's up. Let's see if they can just keep on the pressure. He has a level advantage over Jax, uses the W, gets a lot of good harass, and he's going to try and counter-strike stun him. They should be able to get the kill here unless Elise can get there in time. They force the ult out, and they do get the kill on him. Lysandra's coming in. They don't see it. They get the ult on Jax. What a great pickup right there. Good map awareness again. Elise being there at the right place at the right time, and then Lulu also... Not Lulu, but Lysandra coming up there, using her E over this. Kind of difficult to tell. And no MIA pings or anything like that, so they're just out kind of rotating. Blue team all over the place right now. And then she comes back in and she's able to farm up again. Xin defending that turret right there. pretty almost flawless game right now by purple team. They're getting a lot of early kills. And really just keeping up the pressure. They're going to go ahead and try and sneak a very, very early Violmaw. Violmaw spawns at 10 minutes, and they should be able to take this no problem. Renekton doesn't really necessarily need to stay there. He's kind of a little bit low. This could be tricky if Jax were to suspect anything. He should, because Lyssandra's up in this lane, but you can kind of see the buff around Lysandra now. They definitely know that purple team got Violmaw, which I think it's very similar to Baron buff, where they get a lot of regen. They might try and make a play on the ult right here. Xin Zhao's in a bad place. Even though he had the advantage, surprise right there, he has to use his ult early. They get the cocoon, they get everything. Ignite goes down on him. Lulu uses his ult. He goes back in. They're going to try and pick off Lysandra, but they pays with it for his life. So even with the positional advantage right there and the element of surprise, not able to translate much. They're just kind of really far ahead right now. That buff kind of paying dividends. And Lysandra's just going to push this lane out. Jax needs to push his lane out a little bit. They don't know where Renekton is, but they're about to find out. Elise is still, look at this, counter jungling, even leaving one up, so even if Xin does come back, he's not going to be able to get much XP. You can look at the level difference. I guess there's not too much of one. He's already level 9, but you can see the solo laners are actually a level down each. Renekton goes ahead and just solos Jax. 2 level 8 solo laners against a level 10 Elise. Yeah, just the level advantage, the gold advantage is really swinging in purple team's favor right here. They're going to go ahead and try and get this early turret while Lysandra goes for the altar. Xin wants to do something about this, but he's just too far behind. A level down. There's really not much he can do. He did get an early Hex Drinker, so that would help a little bit, but still not much. And honestly, Lysandra could just probably turn around and kill Lulu if she wanted to right there. She does have her ult. We see Elise and Renekton coming, rotating down. They're going to be able to take this Xin, no problem. No, he does use the flash, gets out of there, and the cocoon's a little bit late, so he's going to be able to walk out of there, but still, they're going to force them back, and they should be able to get this turret right here. They get the cocoon on Lulu, and they go ahead and pick up the kill. Good cocoon right there. And looks like they're going to go for 2 towers right here. And just like that, it's a little over 6k gold lead. A little under, actually. And again, you'll see this theme throughout the day. 3v3 is take an objective and then go steal the enemy junglers' camps. Just kind of really make it a difficult time for them to even come back. And they're just stealing everything. They're kind of waiting in here. They want to go in on this Jax, but they know that the other team's right there. They can see it with all the minions following them and everything, which is kind of funny. But they're going to go and go back. They probably have a lot of gold sitting on them. Yeah, each of them almost have 2k between every single one of them. So they need to translate that into something that they can use. Lysandra picks up a Blackfire Torch, which is probably one of my favorite items on this map. It's similar to Deathfire Grasp. It does like a percentage of their health over a few seconds, and then they take a bunch of extra damage too. I think it used to give movement speed, but now it just gives the cooldown reduction. That item has a history of being overpowered as shit, but still a really good item to pick up. We see Elise getting an early Haunting Guise, so she's going to even further her snowball. They look like they're going to go for an invade, but she doesn't know that the other team is there. Lysandra should be able to come in and help. They go ahead and focus Lysandra. She might have to ult herself here, or she could just... Yep, she ults herself. Renekton comes in. He gets the stun on Jax. Elise goes ahead and flashes over the wall. They're still doing damage here. Lysandra's going to go down, but Renekton should be able to clean all this up. He's doing as much damage as he can. Elise isn't there. Oh, he does get the Q off. And... oh! Triple kill right there by Renekton. Great pickup. One auto finish Lulu off, and wow, that was pretty close. That was closer than it needed to be, but they do pick up the triple, and they're just so far ahead, and I think he's sitting on about 3k right now, so even without going back and buying items, he should be able to push this up, maybe steal extra jungle camps, and then he should probably go back and who knows what he's going to buy. Probably like a Sunfire. Maybe if he wants to go even more damage, he can build a Black Cleaver or something like that. And Elise, being a monster this game, been a part of 11 of 12 kills, and they're going to set up a gank right here. They're 2 levels up on that Xin right there. Renekton's up 1 level, and they're just going to be able to pick that off. At this point, you can't walk into your own jungle when you're this far behind and expect to get away with it. They've been camping that Zen all day. 1-5. Not a fun game for him so far. And they're going to be able to take this altar. So when you have 2 altars, I think it's like a 10% damage buff. So like we were saying earlier, 3v3 is just extremely snowball. There are just things all about the map that just kind of make this, once one team gets a little bit of an advantage, it's pretty hard to kind of snowball back. Renekton's going to go back. He's sitting on almost 4k right here. Let's see what he buys. Hex Drinker, good choice. Probably, I would assume something along the lines of a Randuin's or something for the Jax or Zen, but he's also just miles ahead, so he might not need that. Goes ahead and just flat out buys the Sunfire. Good choice right there, so he's going to be able to push even harder now. Lysandra caught in a bad spot right here. They used the Counter-Strike a little bit early. You kind of want to save the Counter-Strike until you see the E go out, and then you want to pop it just kind of at the last second. He used it at the start to get the advantage right there, and she's able to get out of there no problem. So Elisa's just going to go ahead and solo Vilemol right here, which she can do pretty easy. Alright, they're going to pick that up. Renekton's just kind of a huge monster right now. 7-1. Has his Hydra and the Sunfire. Doing really well so far. Jax, still, I'm pretty impressed. He's been able to keep up and farm for most of this, even though being behind. He's actually been doing pretty well with that. We'll see what happens. They might want to try and make something happen. Zen is over here. They're going to see Lysandra come up. Do they turn on her? He goes ahead and turns on her. Do they get the knock-up? And she's able to get out. And they get the cocoon. They're going to return it on Zen. Elise doesn't even care. She's pretty far ahead. Here Renekton's coming in. They get the Counter-Strike on Elise. That's not who you want to be focusing. She's the tank. Blackfire Torch used on Jax. He's going to go down. Lysandra's kiting back. They do get the kill on Zen, too. Elise is probably the last one that you want to focus. And he goes ahead and flash stuns, gets the kill on Lulu, and there's the ace right there. They should be able to get this turret. And just a quick reminder for everyone, I'm kind of casting in, running the games at the same time, so what'll happen is after a game, I'll go to a break and I'll sort out any of the games or anything like that after. So my phone's been blowing up kind of stuff with that, but it's not that I'm ignoring you guys, it's just I'll take care of it after this game. We'll get you an updated bracket and everything, and all that good stuff. If the other team hasn't shown up yet or anything, you can just assume that you'll be going on to the next round, which will start at around 1 o'clock, I think, and it is almost 12:30 now here, depending on where you're at. Elise is going to go back. This is actually a dangerous spot to recall right here. She's pretty far ahead, but Zen goes ahead and flashes, tries to get the Q. They're going to try and get the pick off. Jax is a little bit too far. Counter-Strike goes off before he gets the Leap Strike. She goes ahead and cocoons, or repels back to Lulu. Again gets the cocoon off. She's going to get the Health Relic, which gives her, I think it gives a little bit of a movement speed buff too. And she's actually going to turn. She doesn't want them to get this altar. And maybe she's just wants to continue denying jungle camps. They do get the altar, but they use the ult on Zen. Blackfire Torch goes down. Lysandra uses her ult on Zen. Zen knocks them both out. Lysandra should be able to get out one auto attack. Alright, Lysandra goes down. Jax picks up a much needed kill right there. Elise still kind of running for her life. She needs to kite somewhere back to Renekton, but she's in a tough spot to say the least. I mean, she's just gonna go around. Oh, that's pretty funny. Maybe recall or something. This could actually be... She's going to be able to get out of here. That turret's down. She's just going to be able to walk out. Misses the cocoon. Renekton gets the stun. They're going to be able to do the damage. Oh, great repel. And can Lulu finish it off? No, she misses. She misses the Q on her. And Renekton gets the double kill. That's pretty hilarious. And she's just gonna walk out, which is funny. Giant minion wave right here. Nothing really Zen can do. He's a few levels down. Renekton could probably turn on him and still take the turret. Yeah, not much of an issue, and then he can just come back in. Jax isn't going to spawn until another 10 seconds. Maybe pad the meters on his farm right here, and then he might actually just choose to recall. Probably sitting on another 10,000 million gold. Okay, just 3,000 this time. Might go farm or something. So they get the bottom inhibitor, they get the actual Nexus turret, and honestly, I don't even know if Jax will be able to defend this. This might be a game right here. There's not much. Lulu trying to do best, and that's going to be a game right there. So, all right, great first game.